We all love old cars. I mean, it's pretty tough to really just hate on old cars. There's just something about them, especially older Japanese cars. They have the heritage, they have a legacy behind them. But god damn it, is it hard to find wheel fitment info for them. Luckily, you came to the right place. What's going on, everyone? Gels from Fitment Industries, Fitment Industries Garage, and we are back with another episode of What Wheels Fit. And on today's episode, we're gonna be covering the fair lady herself, the Datsun 280 and 240Z. Before we go ahead and jump right into today's episode, don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. It truly helps us out a ton. And once you know what wheels are gonna fit your own Datsun, don't forget to head on over to fitmentindustries.com, help out the guys who helped you out a little bit, and check out all the wheels, tires, and suspension that we have available for your Datsun or any other vehicle you might have. First things first, these cars are going to have a general fitment range of 14 to 20 inches in diameter, 5 to 8 inches in the width, and an offset ranging from plus 25 to a 0 offset. For bolt pattern from the factory, we're looking at a 4x114.3, so overall a pretty decent range of fitments here. So what we're gonna do is help narrow it down a little bit, is to take a look at some Z's sitting in our gallery right now and dive into detail on specifically what other people are running on their cars. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a ton of examples to really look at, but that's all right. So let's go ahead and get into our first car of the day, which is going to be this 1973 240Z with some Enki 92s. Now, these wheels are a size of 15x7 with a 0 offset, and they are wrapped in some Nankang Noble Sport tires with a size of 205/50. And then sitting still on its stock suspension, getting a nearly flush fitment with this setup would be a great place to start off when looking to swap out your wheels, as there are no other modifications needed to get them to fit. It doesn't cause any rubbing issues, and it changes up the look of the car pretty damn nice. Now we're gonna see this kind of same sizing and same tire size pretty much for the rest of the list, but just kind of changing her out ever so slightly. Moving down the list, we get to this 1975 280Z with some Rotogrid 5s. We are looking at a staggered setup on this car, 15x8, 0 offset up front, and a 15x9, 0 offset in the rear. Some Nitto Neogen tires, 205/50 all around, and then sitting on some custom built coilovers for the suspension, giving the car a nice drop in ride height. So with the staggered setup, we get more of a flush fitment in the rear, and of course, when lowering the car, it only helps out that much more. Here we have some XXR 531 16x8 with a 0 offset again, so sticking with pretty much the same setup, but going with a different diameter. For tires, we have some Bridgestone RE11s, 225/50, and then sitting on some BC Racing coilovers. Fenders are rolled on this car, and there is a slight rub at full turn, but you know, it is what it is. Overall, a pretty flush fitment. Getting more aggressive here, we take a look at this 1978 280Z with some good old Watanabe RS wheels. Now here we have a staggered setup, 15x9 with a -13 offset in the front and a 15x10 -25 in the rear. Paired with some Yokohama S-Drive tires, 195/50 and a 205/50, and then sitting on some BC Racing suspension. So as you can see, getting a bit of poke fitment with this setup, which I think, you know, actually kind of suits these cars pretty damn well. Not many cars can pull off a look like this, but I think the older Z's do it really well. Fenders are rolled, and there is still a slight rub at full turn, which unfortunately brings us to our last car of the day. Like I said, there just aren't a bunch of these in the gallery at the moment, so if you have one, make sure you add it so we can help people out. Plus, we'd love to see it. Anyway, closing out the day with this gorgeous 1976 280Z with some Watanabe RS wheels once again, this time a square setup of 15x10, -25 all around, front and back. For tires, we have some Kumho X's, 205/50 for the size, and then sitting static on some BC Racing coils. Fenders are rolled, and we once again see that poke fitment coming into play, and it can be pulled off really damn well. I love this car personally, and I think it is one of the best examples of a 240 and 280 sitting in the gallery at the moment. So there you have it. Hopefully that gives you a good starting point as to what to look at if you have a 240 or 280Z. You're looking to get some new wheels for it, and gives you a good baseline to start out with. Of course, if you want to check out any of the other Datsun sitting in the gallery, head on over for yourself, or like I said, add yours to it once you get some new wheels, tires, or suspension, so we can continue making videos just like this. Don't forget to check out wheels, tires, suspension, fitmentindustries.com. We'll see you guys later. Peace.